Every jersey tells a story. Where you're from, who you cheer for, who you grew up trying to be. They're more than just fabric. They stitch us together. Every jersey tells a story. And together, they tell ours.
We are less than 84 hours away from the NAIA Men's Golf National Championship, but before the chase for the Red Banner begins, the spotlight shifts back home to Panther Country. Today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the 2026 Southwest DeKalb Spring Blue and Gold game takes over SMU Field. It's a first look at the future, the next leaders, and the new wave of Panthers ready to carry the tradition forward. The Southwest DeKalb High School Blue and Gold game today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And coming up next on BTG Sports Plus, the road to the Red Banner begins with the National Championship preview featuring Dalton State's men's golf and head coach Ben Rickett. After closing the season with back-to-back SSAC conference championships, the Roadrunners now turn their attention to the national stage for the 11th straight time. Championship pressure, veteran leadership, one final postseason push. The National Championship preview is coming up next on BTG Sports Plus. Welcome to BTG Sports Plus for this exclusive National Championship preview with the Dalton State men's golf team, and also welcoming back again to the show, Coach Ben Rickett. How are you lads today?
I'm good. How are you doing, Kione?
Doing good.
All right,
Keon,
so
thanks.
great. So you guys are currently ranked number 3 in the country and have won your 4th straight SSAC title. You're heading back to Illinois for your 11th straight NAIA national tournament starting Monday. Want to start off with Barrett, who is the sophomore on the team this year. Barrett, what has been your biggest area of growth in your game this season?
I think that this season, my biggest area of growth has just been work ethic. I think it's easy to say that you want to win and you want to be a part of a team, but it's actually about doing the work and knowing that it's about delayed gratification rather than instant gratification. Me and Coach have had long conversations about that this year, and I think that's something that has grown on my mental side as well. Of just knowing, like, being prepared and knowing that it's okay to fail, but don't be fearful and don't have doubt, and just being secure, so.
Now, last year you were part of the national tournament team who went back for the 10th straight time, but you didn't get the victory. However, back last year you guys had won your third straight SSAC title. So when this team is playing its best golf, what does it look like?
I think it's a collective effort for sure. I think that it's a lot of guys prepared, who care about one another, who want each other to succeed. I think that it's awesome because we're competitive in qualifying and we're competitive in everything we do, but we push one another. And the other thing is, I think that the best golf that we play is simple. A lot of fairways, a lot of greens, no big numbers or very minimal big numbers, because that's the main key. We're very capable of making a lot of birdies, but when we get in trouble is when we make a lot of big numbers. And I think when we play our best golf, collectively as a whole, we keep big numbers off the scorecard, and then we just let birdies come and we stay patient.
Excellent. And you guys have done a superb job with that all season and just leading up into spring season, like just watching the tournament in full time. I couldn't see the ball clearly. I mean, I think next year Coach should talk to the guys about implementing like some shot tracers or something out in the course so we could see the ball flight better or something like that. What has Coach Rickett helped you understand about competing at a championship level?
I think the biggest thing is the journey, and I think it's about being prepared. I think it's what you do every single day. It's not just what you do on the golf course or what you do in the classroom, but it's about every decision you make. And and I've learned that through mountains and valleys. Just having the work ethic, and there's always going to be a fork in the road. One way is going to make you better at golf, one way is not. And you have that choice every morning when you wake up. I think there's always a decision in everything that you do from the moment you wake up in the morning. And I think it just starts with small wins, and you just enjoy the journey. And once you're there, you understand that you're prepared, and you have a team that cares about you and loves you and that wants to pick you up.
And that preparation is a huge key to you guys' success. I've seen it over the years. Just even seen it last year. I mean, a few years back when we hosted this tournament. We also want to remind the patrons who are watching this that the NAIA National Tournament will kick off Monday, May 12th through the 15th at TPC Deer Run in Silvis, Illinois. It's a 72-hole course tournament, and a lot of action is going to happen as well. You can follow the action on Scoreboard, which is the official statistics provider of the golf side of the NAIA. You can find real-time live scoring stats as well, and stay a part of the action. Now moving gears over to JB Knight, who is also the freshman on the team. Now, JB, you are a freshman, but you've already been part of a national ranked team. What has this first year at Dalton State taught you?
More than anything, just kind of like a little bit of structure in your life. Over the past couple of years, I didn't have too much structure, and I wasn't in too great of a spot. I think just kind of planning out your day, making your classes, going to practice, kind of getting your work done, has really helped me. So I have things to do all day, like class in the morning, lunch, and then go to the golf course. So I think structure and discipline are a big part of what I learned in my first year.
And coming into a program with national championship expectations, did you feel pressure right away, or did it motivate you?
Yeah, I didn't play too much golf before I came here over the last couple of years, so I had zero pressure, zero expectations. I didn't really know how I was going to play at all. But as the golf calendar kind of moved along, I started to gain a little bit of confidence each and every week. And I learned more of kind of what Rickett talks about a lot, where just pars and speed control are what I typically try to lean on. So I didn't experience too much pressure. It kind of built up throughout the year. But at the beginning, I felt no pressure. I didn't have any expectations. So it's been a solid year, though.
So when you're thinking about playing at nationals as a freshman, what excites you the most?
What I think excites me the most is just getting a chance to play alongside your teammates one last time, especially Tyler, because he's not going to have another chance to get play again. So whether we play good, whether we don't, I think it's just going to be a good time because we've built up very good camaraderie over the year and friendships that will hopefully last a good while. So
that's great. That's wonderful. And now moving on to the senior in the room, who is also part of the 2024 national championship team back at Dalton Golf and Country Club, Tyler Latimer. So, Tyler, you are the senior voice in this group. What does this final national championship run mean to you personally?
It means a whole lot to me. I mean, from getting to be a part of it last year with my teammates and getting to travel all year round, we kind of just build relationships with one another. So you kind of lean on one another when things are going good. Obviously, all the highs, but when things aren't going too well, we all have each other to kind of lean on and pick each other up. So it's a lot different from 24 when I was one of the guys that was off to the side and had to watch, and I was fortunate enough to be on that part of that team. But you kind of learn that even though I wasn't playing back in 24, it kind of builds me enough to where I can look at my teammates and know that they've done what they can to be prepared for the tournament that we're all waiting for year long. So
now you've seen this program from the inside. What makes Dalton State Golf different from any other programs within the Southern States and also the NAIA as a whole?
I'll take a page out of Coach Ben Rickett's book. It's attention to detail and just avoiding mistakes that I don't think a lot of coaches make a big deal that like Coach does. I mean, I mean, you talk about big numbers, and we always talk about staying away from big numbers and what's the smart play. And I think some kids in some programs just don't have the resources like we do. I mean, our coach is very good and very competitive. So while we're not really competing in tournaments, we have very skillful, or we have very competitive rounds outside of tournaments that I think help us go into tournaments. Is why I think we've been doing so well this season. Is even though we're not playing in tournaments during the in between semesters, we're still keeping it very competitive outside of tournaments.
And what is one thing Coach Rickett says all the time that the team has really bought into?
There's from my years, it's honestly, there's been multiple things, but the thing that always sticks out to me is attention to detail. That and leaving it better than you found it. And that's why, I mean, this program's meant so much to me over the last 3 years of my life, is the people I've got to be around, the relationships I got to build. I mean, we always joke about it, but it feels like I've been here for almost 5 to 10 years now. So I've been with a lot of different guys through the years.
What do you mean you have been here for 5 to 10 years?
Jeez Louise. I mean, I like the shirt, Coach. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad you got a very nice shirt on. I wonder who picked that nice shirt out instead of my coach. He does have some nice taste, but sometimes I gotta set him straight on some of these outfits he picks out for us.
Okay. Okay. So when your Dalton State career is over, how do you want people to remember Tyler Latimer?
When I first got here, I was pretty based on scores, and I was pretty based on, what I did on the golf course, whether it was win, lose, or what my scoring was. But when I want my teammates to remember me as is, I got teammates that will be here for another 2 or 3 years. When they talk about me, I hope that they just remember the good times we had together off the golf course. I mean, the van rides, out to eat, just things like that mean a whole lot more to me than, obviously winning it does a lot, but I feel like when people, especially my teammates, talk about me, they're going to be like, man, he was a great time to be around. He was upbringing. He was always bringing up his teammates and always giving us a hard time. So that's one thing. But I would like to add that it would be nice to be a 2-time national champion. Only 2 people that have done that. So I would like to add my name to that list as only a 2-time national champ. So I feel like I need to put that out there.
And now moving on to the cart boss in the room, the golf cart boss in the room, Coach Ben Rickett. So this time we're setting the stage. Coach Rickett, Dalton State is headed back to the NAIA National Championship again, which is one of my favorite questions coming up. When you hear 11 straight national championship appearances, what does that say about the standard of this program?
I think it's got more to say about the people that have been through this program. I'm the one that gets to drive the bus on a day-to-day basis. But again, the people that are here have made me look good over the last 11 years. And I think that it's a testament to players that have bought into a system, new players that come in, and players, not just the new players, but the relying on some of the older players to know what the standards are, to set the standards. And again, each year is such a different journey, and this one being no different to that. But 11 is it's kind of surreal at this point, knowing full well that this program was started in 2012 and has never missed a national championship. And I think that's a little bit of the motivational talk that I have. I think with this year, Tyler was already exempt for the national championship. So I said, here's the deal. I said, Tyler and I are already going. And I said, who wants to come along with us? And that's kind of been the ongoing joke throughout the course of the year.
Now, in our previous podcast back in the fall, you talked before about the national championship being both an accomplishment and the standard here. So how do you keep the team proud of the moment without letting them feel satisfied too early?
Well, I think the biggest thing about the journey of a 9-month journey is, and I think all 3 of them have mentioned it, is staying in the moment. There's no point worrying about an outcome. There's no point worrying about a national championship in September. There's no point worrying about it. So we're at a point where you go to a national championship, you prepare like you prepare for any other event that you've played in. It's no different. The only thing that's changed is the setting that you're in. And if you fall in love with the day-to-day operations, the day-to-day, and staying in that moment, then you keep the expectations and you keep the decision-making very consistent throughout the course of the year, and that's always the challenge when you've got newer players that come in is they may not be used to that. So when you've got younger players that come in and buy into it, some it happens overnight, other players it takes all year, sometimes it takes 2 years to do it, but eventually they'll see the results, because I think, like Barrett mentioned, we're in such an instant gratification world. Just because you're doing something, you're doing it right, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get the results that you want instantly. And again, results are such an outcome based rather than a process based.
Dalton State enters the Nationals ranked number 3 in the NAIA. How do you handle that ranking with the guys? Is it motivation, pressure, or just outside noise?
Like I just excuse me a little earlier, it's another golf tournament. At this point, rankings don't mean anything. You're all starting at scratch. Nobody's hit a golf shot at the national championship. And the biggest thing that I've always told the players is, on Friday I want an opportunity to win. There could be one team in that mix, there could be 5 teams in that mix, but a national tournament's a little different to the regular season one, because there are 4 rounds, and after 36 holes, there's a cut. If you miss the cut, then again you've got no chance of winning a national championship. So it's just making sure that each and every day that you're prepared, that the hydration, the rest, everything that comes along with it, because it is a long week. But hopefully what we've done over the course of the year from a preparation standpoint prepares these young men for the journey we're about to go on.
What is the biggest message you want the team to carry with them before the first tee shot at Nationals on Monday morning?
It's probably one that a lot of people wouldn't expect me to say, but it's enjoy it. Enjoy this. There are programs that are going to a national championship for the first time. Tyler's at his 3rd national championship. Barrett's going to his 2nd one. Like, some of the players on our team are going to, like, there are programs. So sometimes staying humble and staying in and like appreciating some of the things that we can quite easily take for granted. Enjoy it, because again, at the end of the day, every team that's going to this national championship wants to win. Is that a reality that all of them can win? I don't think so. I think we're one of the teams that can win. But if we don't take care of ourselves, Dalton State doesn't take care of Dalton State, then we're not going to have a chance to win. So the biggest and most important part about us going to this championship is going there being loose, prepping the way that we have, utilizing people that have seen this golf course before, some tendencies, we'll see what it's like. I don't know how wet it is. I don't know whether it's fast and running, or whether it's going to be soft and thick. Again, you don't know when you're up in the Chicago area what kind of conditions that you're going to be facing, but we'll find out on Monday.
And now a couple of questions for the full group. For everyone, what is one word you would use to describe this team this previous season?
Resilient.
I'm curious to know what the other two, what JB and Tyler, say before I use my word.
Let me think here for a second.
Because they're going the politically correct route. I'm going to use another word in a minute.
Tyler, you want to go ahead? I'm still pondering.
I know it. It came to mind.
Tyler?
We've lost him.
Do you hear me?
What is your word, Tyler?
Do you hear me?
We got you now. What's your word?
Determined.
All right, JB.
Say improvement.
I would agree with all 3 of these, and I'm going to go with a different direction, because this is some of the stuff that has made me laugh. Is idiotic sometimes. We have done some stupid stuff over the course of this year, and it's I'm not going to lie, it's made me laugh. It has made us better, but man, there's been some stupid stuff that has been said over the course of this golf season. That's for sure.
Question number 2 is, who is the smartest guy on the team?
Tyler Latimer.
It is not Tyler. It's
Sorry,
not Tyler.
I misspoke. I'd say
Dylan
somebody
Johns.
It's Dylan Johns.
I'd say somebody that's helped me throughout the entire semester of my career at Dalton State. Whether it was on the golf course. Well, no. It's either on the golf course or in the classroom. It's somebody that I can always lean on, and it was Ben McFadden.
Oh, don't even go down that road. It is definitely not Ben McFadden. I'm gonna go with probably. See, it's gonna hurt Joe's feelings a little bit because his grades are on par, but I'm gonna lean on Dylan on this one too.
Shout out to Dylan, by the way.
Just somebody that he's a great player on the golf course, and it's just always nice knowing that I could always lean on Ben for schoolwork or any like school questions. He's been somebody I can always count on.
Sure, you count on Ben.
Ben counts on you.
If you just in case the audience hasn't known that my buddy Ben, he's also a half semester all academic team, so I'm really proud of him for that. And he has worked hard. I'm sure when we get these grades here in the next week or so, he'll be one of the only ones on the team with all A's and B's. So I'm really happy for my buddy Ben.
Who has won the most major championships this season?
Well, I'd like to announce that today I've claimed, my good buddy Ben. He's probably got the most this semester, and Coach Rickett, he's won quite a few over the year. But I'd like to claim I'm the only one that's won one out of the state of Georgia, so I'm happy to claim my major championship. So
I did lose in a playoff to Tyler Latimer for the first official playoff in the Roadrunner Major Series about a month ago. But again, I don't even think it's close between me and Ben, if I'm being totally honest with you. But he may have something else to say about it. But he's not on here to defend himself, so I'm just going to let him have it.
Hey, JB, I got a question before you answer. JB, are we ever going to do that long drive contest?
Yeah, we can do the long drive contest if you want to. I don't know if you'll be too satisfied with the result, but we can do it.
What are you, a Kyle Berkshire?
No, but I just have naturally quick muscle fibers, I guess, to swing a golf club. I was in the gym a couple years, don't really go to the gym anymore, but I can still swing it fast, so I'll say that.
There ain't many people that are keeping up with JB, that's for sure.
Whoa, hold on.
No, Tyler, you don't. Definitely not, Tyler. Definitely not. Don't even think about it.
That's fine. It's fine. I'll let my scores talk.
All right.
I think it's definitely Rickett and McFadden up there for the major championships.
I said Rickett before McFadden.
So, Rickett 1, McFadden 2, and then I think Tyler and Scott rounded out for the 4 major champions this year. Been close.
All right.
Got it done. Never got it not this year. It'll be all right.
And what would it mean to bring home another red banner back to Dalton?
Coach, I'll let you. You can start this one.
I think that this is more the sentimental component of it. So, like we talked about, each one of these is a journey, and this journey has been very, very different. I remember we're on the way back from Innisbrook. We finished 14th out of 20 teams at Innisbrook, and Tyler Latimer said in that thing, "Coach, have you ever had a team that has struggled before?" And I remember distinctively saying, "Yes, every team that I've had has gone through challenges. Every team that I've had has gone through difficult times." And again, and unfortunately, this difficult time was on full display for everyone to see. And kind of one of the things that I challenged the guys was, again, it's what we're doing isn't working. And I think that kind of when I talked about some of the trends that some of the teams that had more consistent success over the years, what they were doing was different to what we were doing. And that's been the fun part about seeing this journey is where we were back in September compared to where we are today is night and day different. Does that mean we're going to win a national championship? I don't know, but it would be special. And like we talk about conference championships, it's the same with national championships. Every season has a story to tell, and it's one of these days it'd be good to go back and tell each year's story, because again, it's almost like they're in the back of my mind as fresh as can be, because there's always turning points. And again, and I look back at Innisbrook as being that turning point. But so to bring something back with this group would be special, and again, knowing full well that what has happened behind the scenes to where we are today.
Oh, just a heads up. I think there's like only 5 minutes left in the meeting. So if it closes out, just try your best to join back in, or I'll send another invite.
Perfect.
Okay. So
I'll add something to what Rickett said about the meaning of it. I think something that means the most to me, whether we win or lose up there, is all of the talks that the team and coach and I have had throughout this entire year is just something I think what's made us bond and be closer to one another is the beginning of the season. I mean, we had 3 different guys come in, and it's a different feeling, and it's something hard to grasp onto. Is like it's a little different than what you're used to back in high school golf and individual golf. So that Innisbrook is definitely where I saw as a turning point for this team. And it's like Rickett said, I mean, I've got a national championship to look back on, and I've got conference championships to look back on. But whether we win or lose with this team, I mean, this year has been something that, whether you look back on it, if we lose or win at nationals, it's crazy to think about how much a team can change in the matter of 6 to 7 months. I mean, it's unbelievable.
There it is, Tyler. You said it. You got me.
JB, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, winning a national championship, I guess, would kind of be icing on the cake for me, because I didn't really think I'd play golf again competitively, really, until mid-June last year when I hit up Rickett. But yeah, I mean, I'm already very grateful and thankful to be here. And I think that the work that we put in throughout the year should show at nationals. Whether we win or lose, I think that we've accomplished a lot, and I'm very blessed to be a part of it.
I think to add on to that, and what Coach said about a journey, I think after Innisbrook, a lot of us made a decision to focus on a process and to stay in that process. And I think that it would be special because of, obviously, there's mountains, there's valleys, and we were at a low point. And I think collectively as a whole, we grew together because all of us love competing, all of us want to win. And when you have a group that all wants the same thing and can all push one another to go in the same direction, I think that's special within itself. I think that's just a blessing to have those people around. I think it's a blessing to have a coach that never gets negative on us and always continues to push us and stays positive, because it's hard to find people like that in your life. And I think another reason would just be for Uncle Tyler. I mean, obviously he's been here 5 years.
Uncle Tyler, he's 27 years old at this point. I mean,
but I know that no matter win or lose, that this team will give it our all for one another. And that's our focus, is we're going to be prepared and we're going to give it our all and we're going to try our best.
All right, gentlemen, finish the sentence. For Dalton State to win nationals, we have to
stay present.
Be patient.
Nice, man. Way to go, JB. Thanks for that.
Be patient.
What's your one, Tyler?
I was just going to say stay in the moment. And, I mean, like what Rickett said earlier, enjoy it. I mean, last year, obviously, I played well the 3 rounds we got to play, and it's hard to say enjoy it because golf's such a score-based game. But when you really look back at it, it is special to be up there with your team, and I say enjoy every second of it, because it's sure 5 years sure does go by pretty quick. I remember Rickett calling me up when I was leaving a school, and he was offering me all this money, and I was telling him,
you are so full of it. It's unbelievable. Again, Kione, don't listen to him.
I couldn't really do it at the time. Too many mental things were going on in my life, and it was just hard to really commit to something like that. And it feels like just a few months ago that we were in his office talking. And I remember the next year when I was assigned to come back, I actually called him, and he kept his offer on the table. It was very nice of him to do something like that for me, and I'm very grateful for Coach Rickett to.
How would you let him lie on this? This is unbelievable. He is so full of it. It's not even funny.
No, I'm telling the story how it is. I called you. I was in a desperate need of finding a team, and you struck me with this huge offer, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, that's.
I like the pity story. I said I felt sorry for you, so I said, all right, come on.
Well,
Coach Rickett, this question is for you. What would you say to Roadrunner Nation before the team heads out for nationals on Sunday?
Oh, that's a good question. Just follow us, cheer for us, pray for us. We'll take them all. It's again this journey has been fun. I mean, it's for Tyler, it's over in about 7-8 days. But again, I know that's sad for Tyler. Again, we unfortunately he's not going to be able to call me. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, but stuff like this. I mean, it's these years go quickly. You can't get them back, and I think it just goes back to enjoying the moment. And again, for people that are following, go follow us. Again, send these kids need encouragement text messages. Send them to them. Again, anything that we can do to help, and any way that we can support them. Again, we're open to it. But again, we'll go do our best. We'll go prepare, and we'll see what happens.
And we'll be watching every single part of the scoreboard as well. Really pulling for you guys to earn that third straight banner. And Coach, where's my championship ring at?
Championship ring for what? We haven't won a national championship yet.
I mean, well,
if we win a national championship, I will get you a ring, and that's on the podcast.
I like to hear that. So, Tyler, as the senior, what message do you have for Dalton State fans who have followed this team all year round?
I'm sorry, will you repeat that question?
Okay. What message do you have for Dalton State fans who have followed this team all season?
Oh, I've always been appreciative of members texting me. I've always been appreciative of the support we've always gotten through my 3 years here, and I'm very grateful for the relationships and people I've got to meet over my time in Dalton. So I'm very grateful for all the encouraging text messages, phone calls, and when I see them at any of the golf courses, they're always super encouraging to us, the players. So very grateful.
That's great. Barrett, what should fans expect from this team at Nationals?
I think the fans can expect a team that's going to be prepared. We're not outcome focused, we're process focused. And so I'm not going to go into results or talk about what we could do, but I know that we're capable of winning. We've shown that over the course of the year. And I think we'll leave it all out there. Actually, I know we'll leave it all out there because this is a team that's committed. This is a team that wants to win, and it's a team that's prepared. And we're going to leave it out there. So.
And John Brady, this last question is for you. John Brady, what does it mean to represent Dalton State on one of the biggest stages in the NAIA?
Yeah, it means more than I'd let on. Again, I'd go back to gratitude. Very thankful to Coach Rickett for letting me come and play here. I think I've said already, but I didn't play golf for a while. I wasn't in too great of a spot just in life in general. And Coach Rickett was very kind enough to kind of be a part of the solution. It means the world to go and represent a team that's it means a whole lot to me personally, and a coach that is one of the most disciplined human beings I've ever met. And win or lose, it'll be a great time, and hopefully we can stick to our game plan. So thank you.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, great interview. Great, lots of questions. I'm feeling the energy. Can't wait to see the scoreboard come Monday and Tuesday, of course. Before we close out today, I just want to say that today is my official last podcast for Dalton State College. As some of you may have noticed or not know, my co-host Chase Hornsby helped me start this podcast in Behind the Genius Studios back in 21. At the time, we were kind of like a part of my take kind of podcast kind of thing with the Late Show podcast. We started out with like showcasing music that people never heard of, and then earlier last year when the men's team started to win, the men's soccer team won the national tournament in 24. That's when we started to really invested in Dalton State athletics. So, to all of our listeners out there, I'd just like to say thank you all so much to listening over the last couple of years. And this is not goodbye, however. I am going to say that for the next years to come and next year and the following next year that we'll continue to cover the NAI from the NAI National Championships from Dalton State Athletic standpoint. Continue to get more interviews out there as soon as we can and still keep our social media updated with a lot of great things. Because like I said, it's a competitive landscape here. Most people do not know about it or have never even seen it before. And I am just very blessed to have this chance to, interview you guys, interview Coach, and interview some great people over the last couple of years. So, again, to all of you, I just want to say thank you all so much. And Dalton State men's golf heads out ranked number 3 in the NAIA and ready for its 11th straight national championship appearance. For Coach Ben Rickett, Tyler Lattimore, Barrett Loftus, and John Brady Knight, the mission is simple. Stay disciplined, trust the process, and represent Dalton State the right way. Roadrunner Nation, the postseason run continues now. Beat, beat. So.
Thanks, Kione.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate the time you put
Thanks,
into it.
Kione.
Y'all have a good day.